journey, did you ever consider to give up?
Yes, many times this machine will do everything for you. It can change many industries. We can dramatically change how the semiconductors are made. We are changing the status quo. Predicted to be invented in 2040. We're like, wow, we're 20 years ahead of time. With our technology, we can invent new materials within 1 year. One can invent new materials without even going to the lab. You need to be right only once. I always was thinking to make a significant impact and change. The technology we develop, it's called direct atomic layer processing technology. Imagine that in the kitchen you have oven, you have mixer, you have a lot of different instruments. And to prepare dinner, you need to actually do a lot of actions in different tools. To cook something sophisticated, let's say Ukrainian borscht, which is very sophisticated dish, you need to spend half a day. So many people will not do this, they will just cook simple things. If you want something delicious, you really need to spend time. Now imagine that if you would have the machine, basically you give the digital recipe to this machine and this machine will do everything for you. Cutting the vegetables, boiling water, even creating some weird shapes on top of your dish, like a food printer. All this is possible within that machine. Would you not take this? That's exactly what we do with our technology. So instead of having semiconductor or advanced material development with many different tools, as I did in the clean room, with hours spent just trying optimizing one recipe for one tool, and then you have another 20, and then this is why you spend 1 or 2 weeks already. Then you have one tool that basically can develop your materials very fast, can prototype your devices very fast, and then when you make these devices, you can transition them into manufacturing. You not only slicing the vegetables, making materials, you actually make the full dish, the final device that can enable something new. And this is exactly what we are demonstrating today with our technology.
What kind of impact do you hope for this technology to have on the world?
My vision for this is that we can dramatically change how the semiconductors are made. You probably hear about Elon Musk, Terrafab. What he basically wants to make is create a new workflow how semiconductors are made. We came in Atlant and I came to this concept 8 years ago. We basically designed a technology that would change how the semiconductors, and not only semiconductors, advanced materials and their integration in different workflows would change. Instead of having 20, 40 steps, you can have, let's say, maximum 10 steps, and you can make a way much more advanced devices. It can change many industries, from semiconductors to AI, to catalysis, to pharma, to aerospace, to defense, to many different industries. We can bring advanced materials. For example, the industry that struggles today with lack of materials is quantum. So imagine if we can enable certain materials, superconductors, bringing them to devices, make them pristine materials on a specific device. This will open a new industries. It's not just making one small invention or innovation. It will dramatically create new categories with new industries.
If you should list the challenges that this technology is trying to disrupt, what would that be?
It's related to material innovation. Today, to invent new materials, it can easily take 10-20 years. With our technology, we can invent new materials within 1 year. And with AI, it can happen even way faster. So AI can design new material. We can validate these materials in our platform. Second, prototype devices. So with traditional methods, it can easily take 1 year, 2 years to prototype. With our technology, it's a matter of weeks. Then integrate in manufacturing, it's another few years that can take in to bring these devices for manufacturing. And this is something that we can see can happen dramatically faster. If we look on the full cycle, basically from idea, from a concept or that new material like a memory or quantum can enable something until it can bring to industry some complete device or solution, we see that within 1-2 years maximum, that's what we would target for.
What makes this right time for the technology?
This type of concept was initially predicted to be invented in 2040 by British journalist James Burke, and said that would be invented nanofabricated, the universal machine that can do anything. We came to this concept of DALP technology. We're like, wow, we're 20 years ahead of the time. And when we now see with AI and with Elon Musk saying that we can make a new semiconductor manufacturing workflow and even infrastructure, we were ahead of this concept just exactly 7-8 years ahead of time. And when we got maturity, it's the right timing when we can enter and bring something different to the market, when we can enable absolutely different type of workflows. And this is also some resistance that we will face, because the traditional industries, they don't want to change the status quo. And this is exactly what we are making. We are changing the status quo by introducing horizontally and vertically integrated solutions. That's exactly what we are making.
So what would success look like in 5-10 years?
In 5 years, I see that we would have several foundries that work dramatically faster. We now can enable even like Amazon for materials, where there could be a digital platform where one can invent new materials without even going to the lab and make these materials very fast, integrate them. So digital workflows for advanced materials. In 10 years, I would envision having complete foundries that work completely digital with AI control, making very advanced devices, platforms, integrated chips with edge computing that can be iterated, change extremely fast, with this, which is not possible today. So imagine the factory where you come, even without technical background, and say, you know, I want to make a chip for the agriculture with AI that can sense different type of parameters of the soil and so on. Is it possible? Today, the answer no. Try to use the standard solutions. Tomorrow, in 10 years or less, I think it would be highly possible. When the market, with the customer comes with request, I want to develop this solution. AI gives suggestions, and then with AI, we come to the foundry. This type of devices actually manufactured as a sport, developed, and then given to the market almost immediately. That's how I would imagine this in 10 years.